From learning Muay Thai, at the end of the day, a kick's a kick, a punch is a punch, a knee is a knee, an elbow's an elbow. They're all the same thing, no matter at what level. The difference is starting to learn about the conceptual side of looking at it like a giant human chess game, where certain moves lead to certain things, other moves lead to other things. There's setups, there's retreats, there's resets. There's just so much going on that I grew up loving chess, so I was like, wow, like this is awesome. Like this is perfect.
That's a great point. For people that, so you'll get those people that watch the UFC or Muay Thai or whatever combat sport that they're watching, and they don't really know what's going on. All they see is like, oh yeah, they probably want to see a knockout, or they know a little bit about jiu-jitsu. What would you say? How would you describe, like, for a simple breakdown of the technical aspects and what's going on in a fight from a coach's perspective?
The biggest thing that I've started to notice that really separates people from your highest level fighters from your kind of, I don't want to say middling, but like that next rung below, is mostly distant management and knowing where you are and like having a full sense of not only your body and your body positioning, but the body positioning of your opponent and where they're at and how their body mechanics can affect what moves that they have. Like, for example, if I push somebody up against the cage, not fully up against the cage like I went in for a shot, but instead I'm just kind of walking them down, I have to have in my brain, oh, there's a line where I have to stand, where I'm safe, but I can still attack.
Yeah, that invisible line of like distance. Yeah,
exactly. It's having an invisible line and having a cone in front of you of, okay, I want to keep you in here. Watching the highest level strikers in the world, they're incredible at this. They know exactly where they're at all times.
Insane.
It's almost like a third sense. It's one of those things like, yeah, we can train it as much as possible, but what separates you is like just an innate instinct. It's just going off of like, I know where I'm at, I know where you're at, and that leads to all the different things that you can go off of it. So that's probably the best way to put it there.
When I go to work or I go somewhere where fighting isn't really common, it's a thing. Say if you just go to your average job and no one trains, it's kind of hard to depict how you break down what fighting is, because like I said, most people will see it and they'll watch it on TV and they'll see like Floyd Mayweather, right? Or they'll see, hell, even who just fought in the UFC, like Conor McGregor or something. It's like, oh my God, what he's doing, look at those combos. But it's almost like they don't have a conceptual understanding of, like what you just said, is distance and the most important aspects of it, like footwork. And there's a lot going on in like a fight that people don't see. But anyway, can you take me back? So going back to what you were saying, what made you get into coaching? Like, especially what made you get into high level coaching, man? So I think this is the highest level, right?
Yeah. Oh no, this is the way we put it is Syndicate is the professional gym. If you want to be a professional MMA fighter, this is the route you have to take. And I'd say like my kind of journey to get to coaching started way before I even got into MMA, where all my life I played football. So I started playing tackle football at, I want to say sixth grade through the college level. So for all those years, all I had known was athletics and being around athletes, and more importantly, being around a team of people who were working together for a common goal, and that common goal being to win. After stopping playing football, it was, I don't want to say too complicated for me, but there's so many moving parts in football where it's kind of hard to keep track of. And I just knew from friends and friends of friends what the grind was in order to be a high-level football coach. And at the time, I just wasn't ready for it. So instead, I hopped into Muay Thai, started doing it as a hobby for fun because I was a fighting fan my whole life. And from there, it just snowballed where I was like, I just want to be around guys. I want to be around people who want to win and want to make, more important than winning, making themselves better.
Yeah.
And are willing to learn and are willing to explore and test things out. And those little things that separate somebody from who's a hobbyist from a high level athlete. Right. And it just snowballed to, hey, why not do the fun techniques with the highest level athletes in the world and start teaching them things that they might not know and they can play with. So.
Yeah. So for the people that want to get into coaching and they kind of have that teaching style that they want to go into teaching, because essentially that's what you're doing, how would you approach it, man? Because it could be kind of intimidating, right? Especially at that gym where it's like, oh, like it's like I said again, it's at the highest level, and I'm sure you get close to the guys. And was it just as easy for you to just ask them, oh, how do I get into coaching? Or did someone recommend you? Or did you talk to Coach John Wood about it?
Honestly, I didn't talk to anybody about it. Biggest catalyst for myself was earlier last year, I got hurt and was forced to take 6 months off from even being able to work out, like let alone go into the gym. And during that time, it really sat and was like, hey, I want to be around this forever. And it's not a matter of can I be around it, it's how do I be around it. So I can continue training like a fighter, though I know I have no aspirations for winning a belt for myself. I don't want to say I have nothing to prove, because I would love to get back into the ring. For context, I've been in the ring once and took an L. And as much as I want to get that win back, which I will one of these days, I will get that win back. It was more of, I wanted to prove and see what it was like to be out there and go through the whole process, go through a camp, make that walk to a cage.
Absolutely, man. Walk it like it's on. Yeah,
walking into a ring is, it's one of the, that was a drug. That was, I see why people love this.
Yes.
But realistically, I had to sit and think after I got hurt, what do I want to do with this? Like, I can train forever, or I can do something with this. That isn't me going into the ring, since I just know, like, I'm not going to make it to the UFC. Yeah. I might not even make any money doing that.
So you were like very aware of like your future circumstances as well. You know, your surroundings, and because, you know, a lot of people, especially fighters too, they don't know when to like kind of quit. And you said they kind of get up in like the glory, which is, you know, why they fight, right? And that's great. You know, the reason for that is great, but it's like a one track, like tunnel vision kind of line where it's like, I'm going to keep doing this. You know, you end up with 10 losses and then
you end up with
25 injuries later.
Exactly. Yeah. And that's the biggest thing, is like, this sport is hard.
Unforgiving.
You are going to be in pain. The classic is Muay Thai is pain. Fighting is pain. MMA is pain. You're putting your body through things that realistically no human should ever have to go through. Like,
hurts me thinking about it.
Yeah, like a straight up fist fight is, most people try and avoid that. Most people go their entire lives without ever being in one, let alone getting into 40 over your career.
Yeah.
So I was just aware of my own shortcomings and aware of like myself as an athlete and myself as a human being wasn't going to happen. So instead, I made the decision when I got back into training, hey, I'm going to approach this differently, where I'm going to ask a lot more questions. I was always willing to learn, and I was always focused on learning, but now I get to focus on the little details and being able to help other people. That doesn't mean I've stopped training or I've stopped trying to be an athlete myself, because you have to be in order to be a coach. Instead, it was just, I don't need to worry about the glory of winning a belt for myself, because I don't need to. I don't need to prove myself in that sense. Instead, I want to help other people who have that goal and really want to learn and are showing the ability that they can learn.
Yeah, and that are capable.
Yeah.
Like, you just see something in people where it's like, oh, that's it. Especially at the highest level, right? They're outliers to where not everyone can do it. I'd like to be that guy to say, yo, everyone could do this. But I mean, to be on the top of the top, which is what you're dealing with now, which is very, very fascinating. It's almost like, man, if someone has it, or even someone has like the hustle or the drive more than anyone else, and that's very hard to compete with.
That's the biggest thing, is like you can be gifted with all of the physical blessings to be able to be an athlete, but the real stuff comes from being willing to grind and being willing to learn and knowing that, yeah, you're never going to win MMA. You're never going to 100% it. You're never going to finish MMA. Mm-hmm. It's a sport that changes literally every day.
Yeah.
And every day it's continuing to evolve because, I mean, realistically, it's a young sport. It's only UFC's only been around for about 30 years. That there were competitions out in Asia like before that, but even then, you put it to 40 years, that's nothing on basketball's been around for over 100 years. Football's been around for over 100 years. Soccer's been around for over 100 years. Mm-hmm. And MMA is still a baby in the sports realm.
Yeah, and nothing to the scale, right? Because we do live in an information age where there is YouTube and you could watch playback from how you did and how the opponents did, and you could just, it's almost like progress is getting 10x. Yeah. Faster, evolving faster than it ever has because of all the resources that you have. What's going on, guys? If you're enjoying this podcast, please don't forget to like the videos and subscribe to the channel. Only if you're getting value out of it on YouTube and also on Spotify and Apple Podcasts. Don't forget to leave a rating and follow. And also, I also write a blog newsletter from what I learned from my incredible guests that I have on. So sign up for the email list and get updates on the podcast.